In this lecture, we will create our first sketch and we're going to be using the line tool. We'll start by understanding which default plane we should start our sketch on, and then we'll create a basic sketch using the line tool and apply both linear and angular dimensions to fully constrain it. And then finally, we'll finish the sketch by saving it within our project folder. So now we've got Fusion open, let's come up to the top where our tabs are, come under Solid, and the very first option there is to create a sketch. Left click that once, and now we're presented with three two-dimensional planes, in which we need to choose one of them to do our sketch on. So this one here is the XZ plane, this one here is the YZ plane, and this one here is the XY plane. A lot of students have asked me previously, which plane should I do my sketch on? Now there's not necessarily a right or wrong answer here, it depends on the orientation of the part. For example, if I'm modeling this part here, let's say it's some sort of bracket base plate, in this orientation, I would model it on the XY plane. So when I apply this to my assembly, it will automatically be in the correct orientation. Whereas if I were to model the same part, but in this orientation, I would be modeling that on the XZ plane. And likewise, if I were to model the same part in this orientation, I would model that on the YZ plane. We'll learn more about default planes as we progress throughout this course and create more parts, and you'll become more familiar and accustomed to choosing the more appropriate plane to draw on. But for the purposes of this lecture, we're going to start with the XY plane. So let's left click on that once, and now you'll see we're looking perpendicularly to that two-dimensional environment. And if we look up to the top where our tabs are, we have a new tab there, which is Sketch. And underneath this tab, we have many tools in relation to sketching. For example, we have the creation tools, modification tools, automate, which relates to Fusion, applying automatic dimensions and constraints. We've then got the constraints, configure, inspection tools, ability to insert parts or images, various selection tools, and the option to finish the sketch. So within this section of the course, we'll be covering all of the core tools available here, including many that are in the drop-downs as well. So we're not just limited to what's available here, we've also got additional tools here which perhaps might not be as regularly used. So let's start off with the line tool then. We'll come under our creation tools, and you'll see the first option there is line. Next to it, 2-point rectangle, center diameter circle, spline tool, mirror, and dimension. Got various other tools in there. So the line tool is the very first one. It's the most commonly used tool. The shortcut for that is L on the keyboard. So if I come over to the workspace and I hit L on the keyboard, you can then see that the line tool is selected, and I'm now using the line tool in this environment. At the very center here, where the two axes cross, so that's the X and the Y axis, this is called the origin, and that is point 0, 0, 0 on the X, Y, and Z axis, and it's typically where we start sketching. I'm going to start my line sketch from the origin. I'm going to left click once and I'm going to drag out my line. And immediately here we can see we have two parameters which we can control. Number one is a dimension and the other one is an angle. So we can choose either to add in a dimension and an angle, or we can just left click anywhere in the environment. So if I just left click here, for example, we have now this blue line in place. I'm going to hit escape on the keyboard, click on this line, I'm going to hit delete. And then I'm going to hit L on the keyboard and redo that. So let's start from the origin, come across, and now let's input a dimension. So let's go for 50 millimeters. I'm going to type in 50 on the keyboard. And then if we move the mouse around, you'll see that that dimension is locked in place. So we have a line that's 50 mil in length, that linear dimension there, but it's the angle that we still need to input and control exactly where this line is going to be. So that angle is in relation to the x-axis. And how we control that is by hitting tab on the keyboard, and now you can see it's highlighted, and we can insert an angular dimension there. So in this case, I'm going to type in 45 degrees, and I'm going to hit enter on the keyboard. Now we have this fixed line in place, 50 mil in length, 45 degrees from the x-axis. Now notice as well that the color is black, and the two endpoints are black circles as well. So what that color indicates is that this entity is now fully constrained. It's not possible to change its angle or dimension. It cannot be moved. Now we can change these if we want, simply by double clicking. So 50, if I change that to, let's say 75, and the angle, double click, let's say 30, you can change it like so. We can then press Ctrl Z on the keyboard if we want to go back. And now we're back to our 50mm linear and 45-degree angle line. Let's continue sketching then. I'm going to hit L on the keyboard again, go back to the line tool. I'm going to bring the mouse over and snap on to the end of our line here, so that blue box up here. I'm going to drag to the right hand side, and you'll see we're snapping to the grid. If you want to turn off grid snaps, come down to the grid and snaps, then you can turn off snap to grid. But for me, I'm going to keep that on throughout this course. I'm going to come across and I'm just going to drop the line, let's just say somewhere here. Bring this line down again, left click once, come across here, left click. And now I want to finish off my sketch and generate a closed profile. So to do this, I'm just going to simply left click once at the origin again. And now you can see we've got this shaded blue area, which is our closed profile. And notice that we're still in the line tool. There are different ways to exit the line tool. We can hit exit on the keyboard, or we can right click and press OK. And now we've left the line tool. We're free to use any other tools. So now we've created a basic sketch. If we then look at the color of these lines, we can see this one is black, this one is black. The other two lines here, both blue, and that indicates that they can move. Okay, so we can move this line like so on the x-axis, and this one on the y-axis. So we want to constrain those in place. So to do that, we want to apply dimensions. So let's come over and do our create tools again, and let's select sketch dimension, or shortcut D on the keyboard. So if I hit D, and then going to select this line here, click once, bring that dimension out, left click again, and I'll apply a dimension there. Go for 50mm, press enter. See where we are there. So this line is now turned black and it's not possible to move. If I hold down the left mouse button, can't move that line. This one is still moving on the x-axis. So its control here would be the length of this line. So I'm going to hit D on the keyboard again. I'm going to put in a dimension on this line, bring that down, add in a dimension there of 80mm, press enter. Okay, I'm going to press exit, leave the dimension tool, and now we have a fully constrained sketch. Okay, all our lines, all the endpoints are black in color. We have our closed profile there. That's looking good. One more thing I want to show you as well. If I, let's go for the shortcut L on the keyboard. I'm just going to start anywhere in the environment. Left click once, and I can continue drawing like so. Left click again. And then I'm going to left click one more time, let's say here. Now let's say that I want to end the sketch there. Okay, I don't want to generate a closed profile. Options we have here is to press exit on the keyboard, right click, select OK, or another option is to just left click once on this green tick here. So we're telling Fusion that we want to finish the sketch. And now we're no longer drawing lines from the endpoint here. Let's escape on the keyboard, and we've completed that sketch there. If we ever want to remove any entities, quite simply, we can left click, press delete on the keyboard. We can also select them as well. So if we hold down the left mouse button and drag across a line, we need to make sure that the entire line is encapsulated within the square. We can then hit delete on the keyboard. And then another option as well, if we left click and drag up like this, notice that it's a different colored square. So this one here is kind of orange with a purple border. One here is yellow with a dash border. What this means is that any entity that comes into contact with this area will be selected. If I let go now, you see we've selected that line. But if I do the same thing and drag across like this and let go, I've not selected it. So it's a really useful tool when we're working with Fusion. Just drag across like this. There we go, I've selected it, hit delete on the keyboard, and now we're left just with our sketch there. So now we've completed our first sketch. Let's go ahead and save that. We come up to the top left, we're going to hit save. Now we've got the option to give it a name. So in this case, I just say first sketch, and then location. We just want to make sure the correct project is selected. So our Fusion course project, let's hit save. Okay, and let's go into our 9 squares up here. Then you'll see our first sketch has just appeared here. I've also got the bracket in there that I threw into this lecture earlier. But yeah, you should just have the first sketch on its own in that project. Okay, so that's the basics of the line tool and adding dimensions and having fully constrained parts. We're going to move on in the next couple of lectures and go through the remainder of the creation tools. Then we'll do modifications, constraints, and so on. So I'll see you in the next lecture.